Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon bringing you guys Steins Gate episode 23. It's not very late, but I almost forgot that I need to record this tonight. I just got done, I just got done with a lot of stuff I had to do, and then I played a game for a little bit, and then I got off the game, and I was like, well, what do I do now? And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta record an episode. Anyway, by the way, you guys might hear some weird noises. It's not me, it's my dog right there, my little doggy. She's sleeping on my bed, and she makes a lot of noise sometimes. She snores, and I don't know, she's weird. Boston Terriers, man, they have weird noses, and it causes them to, like, snore, and they're very loud sometimes. Anyway, you guys probably don't care about that. Really, really fast. I had an issue with my Patreon that I didn't realize. It was a feature I need to turn on to allow you guys to sign up right away. Which I didn't realize I had to turn it on, but it is on now, so you can sign up right away instead of, I think it was making people wait till the first of the month. I don't know if anybody wanted to try, but who knows. But that's a thing. But also keep in mind that if you don't know how Patreon works, they charge at the first of every month, regardless of when you sign up. So if you were interested in signing up, you might want to wait until the first, which you guys, I guess, yeah, so this is going to be up, yeah, so it's the 25th when this is going to be up. So there's still a few days where you could make the mistake. So basically, unless you just really want to support the channel, twice so quickly, don't bother. If anybody wanted to sign up, don't bother until the first. Anyway, enough about that. I don't want to annoy you guys too much. I told you guys that I wouldn't talk about this stuff till the end, but I had a problem. I just wanted to let you guys know. I also wanted to do a big apology for the last episode. 21 was fine, but 22, I had some... I don't know why, I had a hard time following what they were talking about, and then when they summed up, they had, like, they were going through the process of, can we do this, yep, we can do, like, the D-Rhine thing, like, that'll work, and I was, like, trying to comprehend everything, and then there was two little lines, I put a little clip in there for you guys where I messed up, where I sneezed, right where he said, you'll receive the message in the past, and you'll back up Amadeus's VCU memories. I believe that's just like her vital memories or whatever. The important stuff for the time travel, I believe, is what it was. And it ended up, I rewatched the episode a bit to find out, like, I wanted to understand everything fully. And for what it seems like is that whole thing wasn't even necessary. So I thought I missed something. I was very confused. But that was the plan until they said that that wouldn't work, and they just need to detonate, they self-destruct Amadeus. So, there is one thing I'm still slightly unclear about, is how they convinced... They said back in spring, they had to destroy Amadeus. I don't know how they convinced Maho to do that, because... I think they either just met Maho or didn't know her yet. So how did they convince Maho to self-destruct Amadeus? That's what I'm not sure of, unless, like, Daru hacked it. But yeah, so I don't know how they convinced Maho. Anyway, they ended up self-destructing Amadeus, and it was pretty sad seeing Amadeus go again. I think I was so confused throughout the episode that I didn't really get as emotionally into it, because I was just trying to think it through the whole episode of, like, trying to understand what was going on, and the gears were turning in my head rather than being, like, affected by what was, like, happening right in front of me. But rewatching it, you guys mentioned in the comments that at the end of the episode, you actually see, like, the Amadeus logo, like, crumbling in the outro. And I went back to look at that, and yeah, that was really sad. But yeah, so once again, I'm sorry about all the confusion in the last episode. I tried my best to, like, fully understand everything, but sometimes, like with these heavy dialogue shows, I have to read through all the subtitles, process the information, and when I'm doing reactions, I feel like I need to say stuff. And trying to do all of that makes it hard to like fully grasp sometimes. Whereas shows like my Boruto series is like even the dialogue heavy scenes are nothing compared to Steins Gate. They just like they keep it a lot more simpler in that show, and maybe I'm just too simple minded for Steins Gate, but or it was just because I sneezed and missed some important information and so much going on. Anyway, regardless, you guys don't care. Well, you guys don't care for me to keep going on about this, I should say. Um, but yeah, so at the end of the episode, they did whatever they did. I think they sent the D Rhine and somehow caused Amadeus to self-destruct back then, and Maho commanded her to self-destruct now, which we saw her doing, I believe. And then Okabe did his little freak out thing, and now we're somewhere. I'm guessing would he be sent to last spring because that's when the message got sent to? I'm assuming so. So we're gonna see what kind of. I don't remember what was exactly going on last spring. I think they were saying that was when they had the whole laptop thing that got shot, so that was earlier in this series, not the old series. Which makes sense because this is like a bunch of years later, so I don't know why I even said that. But yeah, so we're gonna be at some point last spring. I guess we'll find out the exact point. We'll probably recognize some stuff from earlier in the series, or earlier in this season, Steins Gate Zero, and we'll see where Okabe takes it from here. We'll see how this whole plan unravels and see if he manages to find the Steins Gate and what he does to get closer to it. So without further ado, guys. Alright, and we are going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Alright. So we should be back, right? Oh, I meant to clean my glasses. Oh well. Okay, so she was at the lab and everything at this point. Okay, so she probably would have. Yo. Oh, okay. Never mind. Interesting. Huh, I wonder how they met then. If Amadeus didn't exist. I think I remember that part when she made that call. I believe, if I'm not crazy. Was that the cell phone girl? The girl that always communicates through text? What's going on? Need answers! Wait. What? Hmm. Hmm. Ooh, nice. Moeka. I gotta try to remember that. Looks like it was just a graze. Damn, so he got hit. She's a lot more... Huh. She seems different too, almost. She seems a lot more, like, empathetic. I guess we've never seen Okabe be, like, shot right in front of her before, but... Oh god, she was there. Trying to figure out the timeline. So I guess everything was just moved forward? Oh, I guess I could see her views on that. Yeah. God. She just headbutt her? Oh boy. God, of course Okabe has to come back to a mess. It's just always a mess, right? Oh god. Mayuri! Friggin' Mayuri. Hmm. So at this point in time, did they also get the, Oh! I might have just realized. Okay. So when they sent the D-Ryan back, Okabe didn't actually go back. Everything just shifted. I think that's what happened. That's why I'm confused. I was thinking Okabe was gonna go back to right when it was destroyed, but no, he's still at the same time, but... Sorry, I'm trying to read this as well as talk. But yeah, so it just, instead of him going back, it just shifted. It just made all the changes suddenly happen, but he's still at the same point in time, I believe. I'm really glad I realized that, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened early on in the episode. So... I'm a little confused at what detonating Amadeus did, unless it bought them some more time. But if this place is still gonna become a war zone, then that means the time machine might still get blown up. Uh-oh. Man, is a helicopter gonna show up this time? It's only 2 episodes. It's gotta work this time, right? Yeah. Nice. So yeah, I definitely have some stuff to work through in my thought process, but I think I understand the majority of what's going on right now. Is he calling in the helicopter hit? Here it comes. Jump in front of it! Jump in front of the missile! Come on, poof! Yes! I think. And if they made it, everything should shift again, right? Maybe? Or does he go back? I don't know! One new Rhine message. Ooh. Ooh. The Americans pissed. I love his hand motions. Oh. Nice. Is this old Mayuri? She getting a call from herself? Hmm. I'm getting chills, guys. This is awesome. Damn. That was cool. Oh, what's gonna happen to them? I thought Okabe was joking, but are they actually gonna be, like, lost in time and space? I might have missed that. That's my bad. I assumed he was saying that because he obviously wasn't gonna tell the bad guys the exact point in time, but... Is it, like, the world correcting itself because 2 of them exist? Or... Yeah, it does. Damn. Oh, okay, so they made it jump, but they have no fuel. So they didn't create. Okay, nice. Damn. It's like, I know we're never gonna see it, but it'd be really cool to see where they land. Like, imagine a million years in the future. You see, like, super futuristic shit. Or the end of the world. Okay. That's cute. Damn, so this Mayuri is just gone. And Suzuha. I don't mean to make her a side girl. It's pretty sad, though. You can probably hear my dog snoring. Alright. Yep. I'm getting like. I haven't seen it in a while, but I briefly remember some of these parts. Hmm. Yeah, so this Suzuha doesn't like know any of this, and now Mayuri has to convince him. So what choice is she gonna make? Ooh, give him a good slap. Oh, we don't get to hear. They better tell us. I mean, I guess we don't need to hear, but I want to hear it. Ooh, nice. Nice. Operation Scold, the final mission. Alright, so this is something they did beforehand, I guess. Ooh. So this at this point they completed a experimental time machine. Nice. Yeah, I guess. So I'm wondering I have a little bit to talk about this part, I think. Oh nice, Kagure is there. Okay. So I think that just confirmed a suspicion I had. God, this show does a lot of mind fucks with like time continuum trying to follow it all. Operation Altair. Alright. I wonder if we're gonna get to see where he goes. Because the past version of him was working on, or now that he sent those messages is now going to be working on finding the Steins Gate. So I wonder if we're gonna find out where he goes, or if they're gonna leave that. Oh, it would be really cool if he showed up wherever Mayuri and Suzuha got sent. So Mayuri and Suzuha got sent somewhere, just jumped randomly. I don't know if he's jumping randomly or if he has a target. But if he just jumps randomly too, and he finds them, you know how cool that would be? But I doubt it. She has so much hair. I'm surprised the wind can even blow it. Oh, that's it. Shit. Alright. Fuck. Oh, I wonder if there's gonna be after credits. There's so much to unpack from this episode. Is this a new song? I don't think I've ever fully grasped the outro song, but I'm pretty sure this is different. I guess we're just chilling. I feel like with this outro there's a lot of time left. We might have an after credits. It is 12:30 a.m. right now. Woohoo! Probably edit this episode and maybe make some food. Yeah, there's a lot of time left. Alright, after credits? Yes. Ooh, where are they? Oh, that's where they got sent to. Oh, they're all beat up. How do they have oxygen? Are they on the Earth? Maybe it's just a desolate part of Earth? Oh my god, they did get put together! Really? Yes! Alright. Is it gonna be more? Are we just panning on stars? Alright, I think that's it. And yeah, there's nothing else after that. Okay. Damn. Alright, guys, that was a pretty good episode, but that is the end of episode 23, second to last episode. We only have one more episode after this. By the way, guys, I think I might make a video with my thoughts on the next show, because I haven't fully decided on what I'm gonna watch next yet, but I have I think I have 3 in mind that I want to do. But I might make a video and name the 3, and if I get any comments at all, because I mean, I get some comments from you guys, but I don't know how a random video like that would do. But maybe if people comment and say what they want, I will prioritize that over something that I pick. But anyway, that episode was really good. So I'm really glad I caught on early on. I didn't catch on right away, but so to elaborate on why I was confused in the beginning is I had this weird assumption that when they sent the D-Rhine and they changed the past via the D-Rhine, I guess I assumed that Okabe's consciousness would go back to the point where that change occurred, and then he'd move on from there. So he'd be going back to last spring, which I believe was before they met Maho, because he had stated that they met Maho through other means aside from Amadeus. So I'm still a little unclear at how they managed to self-destruct Amadeus without knowing Maho. But somehow they did it. I'm guessing it was explained and I'm just stupid. But, so I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm not gonna say it's a plot hole because I'm pretty sure they explained it and I'm just dumb. But so somehow just fate brought them together with Maho. Maybe Okabe still went to the same university they did, or they met at that meeting or something, even though that meeting was about Amadeus, so they wouldn't have met there. I don't know. However they met, it doesn't matter. They met. But I assumed he'd jump back to that point as soon as that change was made, and then he'd move on from there and make the changes necessary to, bring the future to a better conclusion. One thing I'm still unclear on is what detonating Amadeus actually did. So the only thing I can think of is, so this is what I'm thinking. This is my thought processes. Is and I'm sure they explained it and I just missed it and didn't comprehend because I've been so confused the past episode, or the episode 22. I was so confused. But they were trying to figure out how to stop Russia from getting involved. And Russia got involved because Dr. Nakabashi, or whatever his name was, went there and they learned with his paper that I believe they learned that Kurisu would know more, but since she's dead, they learned of Amadeus being Kurisu's memories, and they targeted the memories. But since those memories didn't exist anymore, that means the Russians didn't... I'm thinking the Russians didn't have a reason to come back, because they said Russians had everything they needed to make their own time machine, I think, but they wanted the conflict. I remember seeing in the last episode, but without... So maybe they... I still don't know why they wouldn't come back for the already made time machine that was still there. But maybe my theory is wrong, but I was thinking maybe they didn't have a reason to come back anymore, and the Russians are the Russians were the problem. Like, Okabe kept saying that, I think it was Strat 4 and the acronym that I don't remember. I think it was like DERPA. That's what it was. DERPA and Strat 4 were taken care of. He managed to, like, get them out of the way, and the only thing that kept killing Mayuri and Suzuha when they were trying to take off in the time machine was the Russians. So I guess my guess is detonating Amadeus in the past stopped the Russians' motivation to come there at that point somehow. And stopped them from attacking, which got rid of that factor. And that allowed them to escape this time. Obviously, like, it was very close this time, because, I guess everything got sped up. Because there was no Amadeus, the trickle effects from that. But yeah, so I'm glad I caught on pretty quickly that Okabe was still in the same time period, because I was thinking, the reason why I was a bit confused was... when I assumed Okabe went back, and then he ran into the American in that stairwell, I was like, well, wait, what? And the Okabe said that the timeline must have moved up. So I was thinking, like, he did go back to that spring, and since there was no Amadeus, there was no, like, what's-his-face didn't have to wait. The American didn't have to wait. And he moved up his plan to that spring. But no, that wasn't the case. It just moved it up by like a few minutes or whatever, which is what messed up Okabe's timing. So I think I understand all of that. I think I got all that down. And it's crazy to think that Mayuri basically sacrificed herself to go back and make that phone call to change everything. Like, she's the real hero. Like, Suzuha did it too. I keep giving Mayuri the focus, but Suzuha was there too. But she wasn't supposed to be in that timeline in the first place, so it's like a bit wishy-washy there. But so it's like, that's why I don't give her full credit. But Mayuri, like, completely left her timeline and everything in order to save her past self and give her past self like a better future in a way. So they're definitely the real heroes of the story, and then they got lost in time, which, like I said during the episode, unless I had to cut it out, Okabe mentioned that to them, like, oh, they're lost in time, you're never gonna find them now, the time machine is gone, and I chalked that up as, like, obviously he's not gonna tell them their location, but they actually did get lost in time, because they went to that time period, she made the phone call, but then they had to jump away, and I'm glad Suzuha said that, because I was pretty sure it was either the paradox causing them to have to leave, like it was deleting them from existence, but Suzuha said they had to jump, so that clarified everything for us, that they actually initiated the jump again. And the, whatchamacallit. And I'm a little proud of myself, even though it was probably obvious, that I picked up on the fact that the future version of Okabe left in the time machine they made and found them in the end credit scene. That was awesome. And I'm a little proud of myself for predicting that, but at the same time, probably very predictable. But more I want to talk about that when it got to another part of the episode I was confused about was the that whole future scene was kind of out of the blue to me. So my guess is if that time, like, basically, we'll say the timeline from Mayuri leaving continued into the future. And that's what that was. I was thinking he set this up before he did his 3,000 jumps. Or maybe he did, like, one jump, so, because Ruka was still alive. So I was thinking maybe he did, like, one jump back before she died at that part, a few episodes ago. And he planned all this, like, he planned to send the D-mail and all that, to those times, and then he did his 3,000 jumps. That's what I thought happened. But then Kaguri was there, and I was like, okay, no, like that, and then, well, I guess I was already skeptical. I was like, wait, no, is this just further down the timeline from after Mayuri actually got away? And Kaguri being there confirmed it for me. That's, I believe anyway. That was what confirmed it for me. Sorry, I'm repeating myself way too much. I'm getting lost in my own head. But so that was the future version of Okabe from the current world line that we were just, like, looking at. And it's interesting because shouldn't the world line have changed the second, or wouldn't all the changes that have occurred have happened? Like, kind of like when they sent the D-Rhine back. That's one thing I'm a little confused about, is, so bear with me on this thought process here. When they sent the D-Rhine back, as soon as they sent it, he immediately went into his, like, and all the numbers popped up on the screen, and everything changed. He didn't go back, but everything changed. Wouldn't that same thing happen as soon as the time machine disappeared? Shouldn't everything have shifted, technically into the Steins Gate world line? Because, for, like, the future then would be in the Steins Gate world line, assuming that the past Okabe finds it. Which is interesting, like, was that just, like, a what-if scenario? Because from what I've been told in the comments from you guys, is if that was, like, a different world line, those world lines are supposed to stop as soon as, like, there's not a bunch of world lines all going at once. It's just one world line is active, essentially. Like, there is just the one world line, I guess, that's going. So, I'm a little confused at how that works out technically, but either way, it was a fun little thing they added in, because it was pretty sad seeing Mayuri and Suzuha just, like, thrown off into space into who knows where. And that was cool seeing future Okabe had fixed the time machine and basically just said, I'm jumping in it. And maybe that world line didn't shift until they sent the message back. So maybe Mayuri wasn't enough to convince him, like that slap and whatever she said, and also the message helped convince him. And so that means without those two pieces, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it took those two pieces, Mayuri encouraging him, and then the D-mail or D-Rhine or whatever that was sent. And once those two pieces happened, that's when he would have jumped. So that means Okabe, after Mayuri left, kept on living all the way until they finished the time machine, and then they sent that message. Okabe took off in the time machine, and then they sent the message. And since Okabe was already off in the time machine, he wasn't there to be affected by it because he was essentially like out of time, I think, at the moment. And he ended up stumbling upon, I don't know if he knew what he was doing or what, but how that worked out in the end credit scene, he managed to find Mayuri, and that was very touching. I loved it. That was awesome. I don't care if it doesn't make sense. We'll say love defies logic, even though there might be logic in him finding her. But man, that episode was fantastic. This discussion was very rambly, and I'm sorry about that. It was basically me connecting all the pieces I could think of. So next episode, I'm guessing we're gonna see past Okabe now, after he gets the message, being motivated to find the Steins Gate line, and hopefully he does. I'm getting a little worried because they have one episode. They have one episode, guys, to find the Steins Gate, which I don't even know. I might be dumb, but I don't know the change that he has to make yet. And I don't know if he knows the change that he has to make yet. Like, all Okabe said was, like, you know, go against yourself, go against the world. Like, does that tell Okabe, like, past Okabe, like, a hint? But he still has to either figure out how to find the Steins Gate line, or he needs to do whatever it is if he does know. Which is, like, crazy to think about. That next episode, I'm assuming we're gonna find the Steins Gate line. I really hope so. And it's gonna conclude. So, I mean, like, 20 minutes is enough for them to find the Steins Gate line, but we need enough time to be, like, happy with all of them together, right? Like, I want a whole episode of them in the Steins Gate line with Kurisu live and Mayuri alive and like what they go on to do. I want like a montage of them living together, like creating different scientific projects and like a future together with Okabe and Kurisu, and Mayuri being heartbroken because she loves him too, and rip Mayuri, best girl. Best friend zone girl. But I guess we'll see how they decide to wrap up this season in the last episode next week. Thank you guys for watching. I think I'm gonna end it there. If you guys want, I talked about Patreon at the beginning, but I didn't mention about what it offers. If you guys either just want to support the channel because you enjoy what I do, my Patreon, there'll be a link in the description, or if you want the uncut full-length reactions, which if you've made it this far, then I don't know why you would, unless you want to rewatch the series, seeing my full reactions. I have those timer-based ones going back all the way to the first episode on my Patreon, and all future shows will have that as well. So I guess if you just enjoy the channel and want to see like my future content too, then yeah, I think one of the three. I guess I can name the three. I might be doing a separate video about the three shows that I want to replace Steins Gate with, but one is continuing on Fairy Tail. I really loved Fairy Tail. I've seen it several times since it stopped airing. And now it's back for its final season, I believe, if I understand right, unless something changes. Final season, which is interesting. I wonder how they're gonna. I wonder if they're actually gonna conclude it. Anyway, I don't want to talk too long about this, but there's Fairy Tail. I've seen season 1 and season 2 of Attack on Titan, but I know there's new seasons, so I might start season 3 on my channel. So Attack on Titan is another option, starting at season 3. or starting at season 2, Overlord, because I've seen season 1 a long time ago before I started reactions for all of these shows I saw before doing reactions, but they have new stuff coming out that I want to watch. But yeah, I guess if any of you have stuck around this long and you want to see one of those, you can let me know in the comments. If I do end up getting comments about the next show, what I'll probably do is it's not going to be a lot of comments, so I don't need like a poll or anything. I'll just add them up myself, and whichever one gets the most wins. And if I don't get any comments regarding it, then I will just do whatever I decide on. So yeah, that's how it is. Thanks guys for watching again. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the last episode next week. See ya.